Our bike upgrades are a direct reflection of our unique personalities, wants, and desires. But I have a sneaky suspicion that my bike upgrades are an accomplice to a creeping, deep need to try and perfect at least one part of my life. Every bike upgrade starts the same. I get a bike that's perfectly capable right out of the box, and I start finding reasons why I think I need to change it. The first upgrade always seems to be a practical one. Something that's gonna actually improve the performance of the bike, and I usually try and keep that first upgrade at a relatively affordable price. But then something starts happening to me the first time I put a wrench to that bike. I just start imagining all the things I could do to take that bike from a completely capable bike to an absolutely perfect bike. Perfection. What the hell is perfect anyways? And why am I always trying to perfect my bikes? Over the years, I've upgraded a lot of different bikes, and I've learned that there's a balance when it comes to upgrading our bikes. And that balance directly impacts the parts that we should choose for our bikes. Making decisions based solely off of what we want leads to spending way too much money on parts. Like these 5-dev trail and enduro pedals that cost around $250, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, these pedals are made of the highest quality aluminum, 5-axis CNC machined, high quality replaceable pins, steel spindle, sealed bearing, everything you could possibly want out of a mountain bike pedal. But for the majority of us, these pedals represent just how ridiculously expensive the mountain bike industry can get. But then you have the other end of the spectrum, purchasing parts that cover exactly what you need and nothing more. And when you're looking for parts like that, you come across pedals like these cheap Entity, I think they're from Entity, they don't even really have a brand on them, but aluminum pedals that actually came for free on my bike. And when I searched online, the closest comparable pedal I could find was a set of Entity pedals that cost around $15. Now, these pedals are still made out of aluminum. They still have, I think, replaceable pins. Yeah, it looks like you could screw that pin out of there. They have a steel spindle. They have sealed bearings. The bearings definitely don't spin very smooth. And will these pedals hold up to the test of time? I'm not sure. Are they as good as those 5-dev pedals? Definitely not. And this is usually where I find myself, somewhere caught in that awkward middle, trying to find a balance between what I actually need and what I really freaking want from my bike. But over time, I've realized that it almost never fails. I end up buying the ridiculously expensive parts for my bikes, like these $250 5-dev pedals, that super expensive Fox factory 36 fork back there, that definitely are not essential for mountain biking. In fact, there's plenty of companies out there that make products that strike that perfect balance between the ridiculously expensive and the awkwardly cheap mountain bike parts. Like these Trail One Vortex composite pedals that are dirty and a little bit beat up right now. That's because I've been riding these pedals for over a year, put these things through some abuse. These pedals have performed well, held up to the test of time. They only cost about $49, a little bit less if you use the discount code in my description. And just to be transparent with you guys, yes, this channel does get support from Trail One Components. It's an awesome company. $1 from every sale goes back to support the local trails. Not only does this company make a good, high quality pedal, but they even send you a free rebuild kit each year to keep your pedals running smooth. But you guys, the point of this video isn't to try and sell you on these Trail One pedals. It's just to try and show you that there are companies out there making components that strike that perfect balance between the ridiculously expensive pedals, like I already pointed to, and the awkwardly cheap budget pedals. But for me, there's something that still seems to be missing. Something that urges me to keep searching for a way to perfect my bikes. And even though there's perfectly capable parts out there like this, I always lean more and more away from what I actually need towards those things that I just want for my bike. But what about you? Are you more of a, needs-based buyer? Or are you like me? Do you struggle with constantly searching for what you want, even though it's probably gonna cost you? There's definitely more to a bike than just the pieces and parts it's made of. Each bike represents our own unique personalities, wants, and desires. And for me, I think my bikes represent an issue I have trying to perfect things. I mean, just looking at my bike back there, it's got everything I could possibly want already on it. Even got these super ridiculously expensive $250 5-dev pedals. Yet there's still a part of me staring at this bike that just thinks about the next upgrade. Like, what about a Kashima dropper post to match with that Kashima fork? I mean, this dropper post could use just a little bit more travel so I could bottom that seat all the way out. I hope sharing this video with you helped you start to think about what you actually want out of your bike the next time you upgrade it, or maybe even think a little bit more about what you actually need and how to strike that balance between the two when looking for the perfect mountain bike part. I need to rebuild these freaking pedals, man. Let's do it. All right. And if you've made it this far, subscribe to the damn channel already.